Hello, my little tiddlywinks, and welcome back to another episode of Prison Architects. So, I've done some work while you guys are away. Notice we've got a whole bunch of monies. Our cash flow's down a little bit right now because I hired a bunch of extra staff. We've had a few deaths, I will admit that. And I think our biggest issue is, I put in these dormitories. It increases the rate at which, some bad things can happen. And most of these are pretty crappy dormitories right now. And that's something I'm eventually going to go ahead and change. So you can see, room quality 4 should be quite a bit higher. Like these are 10s. There's a lot of prisoners, that just aren't in rooms that they should be in, but that's okay. We're not too worried about that right now. But I did something cool. I went ahead and bought this extra little piece of land over here. It was 80 grand. It's not as large as this one. It's probably, I think it's about half. But what this is going to be is it's going to be our high security prison. Now around the whole thing you can see that there is a fence. So that's the first thing I did. Didn't even build anything else, it was just the fence. Then I went ahead and I've built this little area. So this here is going to be the same thing like over here. Auto-saving. Okay. It's going to be like a reception. But everything on this side is all max security only. So only max security can enter any of these areas. Other than the areas that I've marked off as staff only. So this will be the reception. Max prisoners come in here and then they get moved elsewhere. Everybody on this side should stay only minimum or medium security. At least I'm hoping that's how it's going to work. Now, you'll also notice that there are 2 power stations. But Matt, why do you need 2 power stations? Because I'm designing this, like I mentioned before, to have a backup generator. So in utilities, you can see that this, is connected to this, basically everything else over here. It's all there. But from here to here, there's this small connection with a power switch. Now, having that there off, as you can see it's red, that means it's off, power isn't going to come from here and then over, and vice versa. Now, if this was switched on, you could see the power shuts off. But, let's just go ahead and switch that off for a second. Switch that on. Let's leave this off. Now this is going to power because there's a connection here, but say that this power station failed, caught on fire, or what have you. If this were to switch on, the power now transfers through, and this takes over. So what I'm going to do is have multiple power stations, but they're all going to be along this area here, all the way down at some point, And this, between these 2 planned out pathways here, I will run electrical cable and then connect into each of those power stations with one of these power switches so that I can have them all off, and then if any one of them dies, you can flip that on and turn it back on. So we will go ahead and switch that off and switch that back on, get that whole deal going. And again, I'm probably going to have it so that each one has its own water pump for each area, everything like that. Now the plan is that this right here, these cells will be the max security. I have gone ahead and given them a communal shower. So they can only, they don't get one in their rooms. And as of right now, they're just going to be super simple cells. I may, in time, give them their own special, liberties, give them some radios or whatever. But for now, they're just going to be crappy rooms. Now, something else you might have noticed is I've started using some of these new things that we got, because we did in the research we did that remote access, which was really good. And you can see I've almost completed this whole thing. I've gone ahead and started the legal prep. I think I got the offshore tax haven. So now we're actually saving a lot of money every time that we're making, I think it's like for every 10 grand of daily profits, you save a total of $3 grand in taxes, so it's really useful. But I've also gone ahead, I've started that legal prep, it's almost done. Then we'll get that legal defense. This is going to help us a lot. It's expensive, but it's worth it, and we have the money now. Because this minimum security prison is really pumping in the bucks. I mean, we're getting, you know, this says 2 grand, but, or 20 grand, or 17 grand, but you can see something in here that they don't add in is the money that we're actually making every time we release prisoners. And you can see we're getting like 9 to 10 prisoners a day. And we are still getting a pretty steady flow of these death row inmates, but so far I haven't gotten one down low enough. There was one at 10, and I was tempted. I was tempted to go ahead and do it, but at the same time I was like, let her go one more round, but she must have got exonerated because she just went directly to high security. But because of all the things that have been going on in this lovely little prison, we've started to pick up quite a few high-risk inmates, and I don't want them in with the rest of everybody else, because they tend to be the dangerous ones. So I want them out of there, and I'm going to put them over here. I've also gone ahead and built them their own kitchen, which is really nice, their own canteen, what have you. I've had bad experiences with having multiple canteens in the past, but we're going to see what happens. Which will also remind me, I'm probably going to need to add, you know, some more cooks. Now, like I said, we got that remote sensing system, which is really cool. What this has allowed us to do is add door servos. So, like, you know, we put in over here this little gate, but if he falls asleep or isn't there, these don't work. And it's also really slow. The guards are pretty slow. So what I've done, like right here, you can see this door open. It will close if people aren't walking in. But you can see when it's green, that means it's open. But you can see here, it's automatically going to close eventually. There we go. But we've gone ahead and added these pressure pads so that if a guy steps here, that door will automatically open, whether there's anybody commanding over here or not. But what I have done is I've taken... Oh, I actually haven't, so this is all still powered by people. So to get out, they actually need somebody to let them out, which is fine. Oh no, they don't. Yeah. So this is connected to these doors. Same thing with like this one. This one right now is still a manual door. I'm probably going to change that here in a second. So if you ever want to do this, what you want to do is have a door servo. And it has to be on the side where it's going to open. I don't think it'll work if you put it here. These all go this way. So you have to put it here with that little gear part being on the actual door. And I believe you need power at least to here. Might be here. I'm not sure which, in all honesty. I'm not too worried about figuring that out right now. So that door is right here, and we'll eventually get that connected. But you can just go ahead and put pressure pads right here. Because I'm not too worried about prisoners getting into the prison. It's prisoners getting out. So, like I have over here, these pressure pads are connected to this door. So you go into Utilities and Connect. I've gone and connected the pressure pad to the door servo. So that's these wires running here. But I've also connected that to that door. So if a non-prisoner is on either side of this door, this should pick it up with the, as long as there's a guard here running it, and they'll open the door. But at the same time, if there doesn't happen to be somebody there or they're taking too long, these pressure pads are connected to the door. So if there's somebody standing here, whether it's a prisoner or not, it will open the door for them and allow them to access in. And I've also, just for the hell of it, gone and connected this servo to this light. So every time you can see when that opens, it turns things on, which is cool. And I've done the same thing here. Again, with the same concept of not having them access this way. It's access into the prison. So good. That'll be pretty cool. There we go. These are getting slowly built. I'm probably still going to leave this room as guard access only out. I think it'll be worthwhile to do it that way, just as a safety precaution, I suppose. But yeah, so all you have to do if you want to connect something is connect what you want the signal to start at and go to. So in our case, we're starting from the pressure pad, and we are going to this door servo. So a signal from this will activate that. And you can tell it what to do. So like in this case, close on trigger is an option, so you can have it open, and then any trigger will cause it to close, which is kind of cool, I suppose. I guess you don't need direct power, because these aren't even connected, and that's okay. I don't know, these ones were complaining, maybe they connect more wirelessly. Whatever, they're working, not too worried about it right now. So I wish they'd hurry up and get that going. Oh, that's why, we're not on super speed. So yeah, so there we go. Hopefully, maybe, where are you? So what are their cool features? So yeah, these lights don't really mean anything, it just means if the door is open, the lights turn on. That's all they're doing, nothing cool. I put in this gates here as a way to try and help keep prisoners from escaping. There are ways to make airlocks, but sadly with the distance that these are, they don't work quite well. These door servos are actually pretty slow, so they're not the greatest option all the time. But I've gone ahead and let this guy control them, so really there is ways that people can still get out. And you can see the trucks tend to just glitch right through this, and I'm okay with that. They can just glitch through. That's alright. Anyway, we gotta make sure we connect this other pad, so because of the person setting here, this won't open. Well, it will eventually if the guy is over there, so we'll just go ahead and connect that. And there we go. So now that's all working. Now, the other thing I want to do before I start putting prisoners in here is I want to set up automatic systems for the doors. So what I've done, like right here, let's go ahead and... Oh, that's the... need the actual door. There we go. Turn that off from being locked open. Now, if there's prisoners in the showers, I want them to be always able to get out. I'm not too worried about them getting, out of the shower. So, I'm going to connect that pad, and boom, that's done. So if anybody stands here, that door will automatically open. But I want this to only be open during shower times. So what I'm going to do is I've gone ahead and built, over here, some door timers. Again, these are all under utilities. So there's logic circuits, logic bridges, door timers. So I've gone ahead and grabbed a couple timers just to have them. And what you can do is you can connect them like this. So we'll go ahead and add this, switch over to the max security. And whenever showers are active for them, these will be open. But again, you have to connect everything. So we will connect from there to that servo. So, if on our schedule, when showers are active, this door should open. Right now, our regime, you can see everybody's got the same thing right now, and we can change that independently from max security, normal, or minimum. But for right now, what we're interested in is maximum security. Eventually, when this gets to shower time at 7 a.m., we're going to double check and see if that door actually opens for this hour period, which would be really cool. I'm kind of excited to see that happen. We're also going to do the same thing with this timer. We will set that again to max security, and when it is time to eat, door will open. You can also set them to open at particular times, so if you want them to open at, midnight to 6 a.m., you can have them open. So we will have to actually connect those with super duper long connections. And we're going to connect these to these door servos. So it's going to be the same principle. They get to, during mealtime, these will be open, which means everybody can flood in. what we also have to do is make it so that they can also get out. That's kind of an important deal. So again, pressure plates on that side so it opens it up. So now, we can switch over, not have them locked open. So during mealtime, these doors will open and prisoners can flood in. Once they're in, that's fine, you know, I'm not too worried about that. But if these get closed beforehand, you know, like if they close, I have a feeling they're not going to close right on time, but say, you know, in our regime where they're supposed to eat at 8 a.m., so those doors will open at 8, everybody floods in, but then at 10 o'clock, it'll close. And we don't particularly want that, because we want them to still be able to get out and go to their next thing. So we will enable them to be able to get out of here. So that's why we're putting those. So at 10 o'clock, if these do close all the way, prisoners can still get out on their own and not even have to have guards dealing with them, which is good. I like that idea. So in this one, they're not going to get any special treatment, so they won't be allowed, you know, to go over and get prayer and all that other stuff. They're going to be locked up most of their day. Because I want to try it out. I want to see how crazy they go, see what happens. It'll be interesting, I think. So there we go. So we've got almost all of their needs. The only other thing that we need to really put in is a yard. And probably what I'm going to end up doing is each group will have their own yard access. So like over, say, here, this is going to be a pathway. I want, or a foundation here between these two lines, so I don't want to put anything there. So I'm going to put the yard here and put this as a door. I think I'm even going to do the same thing, where it'll probably have its own wall. The one thing I am going to have to do is change that staff door to be elsewhere. Well, I mean, I guess... No, I want to get rid of that staff door. We'll put this one right here, and we will dismantle that one, get rid of it. So yeah, the little doors and stuff, they're really... The automated door systems, it's really handy because you can see people are moving into the prison fast with no problem, but getting out can be a little bit more tough. And I like having these three here, because it kind of stops people from getting in super fast without all the doors being open at the same time, so prisoners have it easy to escape. What I want to do at some point is play the escape mode and actually try and escape from this prison. So, what we need now is going to go ahead and throw in a fence. We'll throw it to here for right now. Not too worried. And this will give us, you know, a yard. And we can go ahead and... Nope, not that. Object, please. We'll go ahead and throw in some of the things that they're going to want. You know, they're going to want these. Throw some lights out here so it looks pretty. And I found something out. Lights on the outside do not need to have electrical systems connected to them. I thought that kind of interesting and weird. And we'll throw some of these here. And we'll put some nice little benches outside for people. You know, so they could sit here. And there we go. Now see, like you can see, like right now, that is stuck closed. That's not good. I don't want, you know, such easy access or non-access, I guess. I'd rather have it so that, you know, people can get in and out. Like I said, I think this system is going to work because I don't mind people coming into the prison. It's out. And I think I'd like them to be able to, you know, only have access to this area at a particular time. So for right now, I'm just gonna lock that open just so that they can get their work done. So anyway, what we should be able to do here, well, right now, is we can go ahead and label up some of these rooms. So this will be, like I said, reception. So it should have everything it needs. It's got chairs, desks, all that. There we go. This room here, somewhere, ugh, hate looking. This room will be a security room. Bada bing, bada boom. Cool. Now each of these will be cells. Let's see, we've had another death. So this is happening pretty much every day. Like 1 or 2 deaths, and they're happening quite often in these dorm rooms. And I'm hoping it's not because there's, certain prisoners. I'm pretty sure, yeah, all the dormitories are in blue now, but it could still happen. So you can see, these are all max security. But we do not have it set up for max security to come into the prison yet. At least from the outside for the intake. So we're not getting any max security or even medium security. So right now these won't fill, but they should transfer them over. And I'm pretty sure that'll start happening eventually, or we might actually have to do it ourselves, which won't be too big of a problem. Alright, so we can see here our death row inmate, Laura here, she's gone down to 11% now, so we could technically execute her. I mean, the state says 10% is supposed to be the cutoff, or you want it below 10%. So I think for now, I'm going to be nice. I live, up in the north, aren't big on executions here at all, so I'm gonna let her be. But, she's not a nice person. She's multiple crimes for murder, armed robbery, oh, she's got a lot more than that. Grievous bodily harm, attempted murder. So she's got, a lot of years. It's enough that it's a life sentence. So you can see the likelihood of clemency is 11%. The state-approved conviction strength is 10%. So I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, if this is below 10%, we can kill her, basically. Without any big issues, without, getting ramifications if she's found innocent later. Now, it looks like we have actually, in fact, moved these prisoners over, so they've gone ahead and put them in their cells. So, the other thing I want to do is, in this regime, under the max security, I would like these guys to basically be locked up at all times, that they're not, eating or showering. So now they're locked up a whole bunch, and this might not be good. Prisoners are going to complain about this. But we're going to see what happens. I just want to try it for a little while, see what goes on. So yeah, we'll see what happens. You can see now they're always locked up. The only times they're allowed out are during shower, eating, yard. That's it. The rest of their day they will be in their cells. And they're not going to be too happy. Like I said, right now the room quality is crap. She deserves to have a better room right now. So it might be worthwhile giving them a better room. I didn't design these to be perfect. I'm viewing these guys as probably, the worst of the worst, and I don't want them getting all the best stuff. Now, something else that we need to do, really quickly, is food distribution. I want... Come on. Why are they still going over there? Oh, because I don't have a canteen. Ha! Ha! That's why. Family yard, canteen. Zoop! And this is the kitchen. So now it should work correctly. It should do it automatically. It usually does pretty well. Yeah, no, it didn't. Did it? No, it is. What? Okay, kitchen goes to here. And... okay, so yeah. So this whole corridor is all connected one big thing, and since those cells are all connected here, yes. So there we go. So now you can see, we have the demand of 4 for right now. Just because I think we only have, so many. But what we're also going to have to eventually do is give them some of the other capabilities, like, I'm going to have to put in a laundry system so that they can get laundry. Probably going to build some of that, like, up in here. But it's only things that I'm not going to allow prisoners access. This will be cleaning staff only, so no more allowing all of our prisoners to just do whatever they want. So it's eating time, but they're locked up. Which is kind of weird. So I'm not sure what's going on there. But we do have a couple of these guys over here cooking up a storm. And as you can see, these doors are open right now because it is eating time. And the shower door is closed. So cool. That's really exciting. Then I want to do the same thing over here with this guy, where I want this all connected up. Somewhere. There we go. So again, connect that to that. And oh, we're going to have to actually build another door timer. Go ahead and put that right there. So yeah, you can see like this one's active right now. So that's, you know, keeping this door open shortly here. So I don't know why the prisoners aren't over here eating. If she's right there, or she was, where are they now? So what might be happening is, I have a feeling, with our prisoners right now, they should be in lockup, so why aren't they in their rooms? They all came over here. Interesting. So, our prisoners... Yeah, see, they came over here to eat. Oh, there is some in there, we just can't see them right now. But some of them didn't get moved over, and that's kind of interesting. So we're going to have to see if they all head back to their rooms. Now, the other thing I'm eventually going to have to do is start adding in cameras so that I can see this area at all times. So you can see these guys are now on lockup. And this door is working exactly how it should. This is preventing that door from closing until everybody's out, and then it closes. Eventually. There you go. So yeah, it takes a while for that to close, and it's kind of a pain. So now these prisoners are probably going to get all ticked off because they don't have, you know, they're getting locked up. They want a family. I don't know why she's stuck. Oh, she got in trouble. That's why. So yeah, so that is interesting. I wonder why there's a few prisoners that aren't getting locked away the way they're supposed to. So let's see. So I think she's heading over here. I don't think we got them all switched over to the right place before they started eating. So yeah, hopefully there's 2 of them that are heading over. They should be here. They're kind of slow. They'll make it eventually. But then, from then on, I believe that they will be staying locked up in this area, and that's it. They won't be going over here for special anything. Which I think is going to be interesting. I wanted to try it, give it a go, see what happens. Just for the hell of it, you know? Just to try. Now, we could, in theory, also start putting our medium security over here if we really wanted to. Personally, I just wanted to get these guys out. Just to, you know, keep them locked away and away from everybody else, which will allow us a little bit more protections and all that. So we should have, eventually, let's do that. Get over here. Okay, yeah, there's one of the prisoners. She's heading over. Eventually this is going to show up and I'll connect that. Now, I want to work on some of these, like, logic gates and all this other stuff, because there is technically ways to get this so that, I think, if this door is open, this door is closed. And then vice versa, so that if this door is closed, this door could be open, so people can come in. Haven't quite figured all that out yet. I'm getting there, I suppose. I'm going to probably look up some tutorials, because like I said, I'm not an expert. And if you know a way, let me know in the comments below, so that I can go ahead and try it out. Or if you know any other crazy tips, like, you know, maybe allowing these guys no access to anything is going to be a really big downfall for me, and I'm going to get screwed over. Just let me know. It'll be good, you know, good practice and something so that I know what's going on. So yeah, so that's my current plan for this max security over here. I think it'll be interesting. I haven't put in any solitary confinement yet. I'm going to have to do that shortly just to be sure. But yeah, and I think right now everything should be heated. Still got that on. And I've learned something else. You don't have to have a heater in every room. Like you can see here, the heater's here, and it's got all these nice and warm, or at least warm enough, I believe. These ones are a little chilly, and it might not be good, but we'll see what happens. Now you can see this lady's already rioting, which is not what I want at all. But the guards were able to take care of it because she's kind of in solitary on her own. Now the only problem is, like I said, there's no area over here for solitary confinement for them yet, so I'm gonna have to go ahead and add that in pretty soon. I might add it like right here or something, or maybe some over here. I don't know yet. But I'm gonna do some more building, and then we'll come back and we'll see what cool, crazy mischief we can get into. All right, BRB. Welcome back. So we just had an event happen. One of the other prisons from somewhere else just had a major catastrophe, and they just shipped us a whole bunch of prisoners. So they were all normal risk. I think we only had 1 or 2 normal risk prisoners, and we now have a bunch. I've also gotten the event that prisoners are complaining about needing more free time, so I've had to go ahead and change everybody's schedule so that they have 6 hours of free time for right now. We'll change that back because it's really messed it up. You can see here, you know, this is all free time. They should have some more work in here, but I had to give them, you know, time to eat and whatnot. So everything's free time, whatever. Not like these guys can do much. There was also a nice prison riot because I forgot in the morning to set this area to shower, so they didn't go shower and got really ticked off. So they started a riot, and then another one just started another one, and she ended up getting killed. So yeah, that's, you know, fun. So we now have to increase our capacity even more than what we had. Pains in the butt. Let's go ahead and just start down here. What are you? Okay. Anyway, we will go ahead and start building some more of these prison cells, I suppose. These are what, 4x4s? So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then I'll bring you guys back and we'll, you know, have some more fun once I get some more stuff going. You can see a little bit of building. I added these in the solitary. That's a staff room, medical, morgue. I forget what I was going to make this room now. Yeah. It's one of those days, you know, where you're just like, I don't remember what I was doing. Don't remember what's going on. I should probably put a parole room in for them, so it's just theirs, because that might be an important one worth having. And I think this whole space over here is going to be laundry. This room, what was it going to be? Storage. That's what it was. I like to have storage, just because having that as a room in, like, nice centralized locations will allow some of your workmen to just be there. They'll just congregate in these locations until there's something for them to do. So yeah, so you can see these guys are going to the shower. It's working great. I put in some cameras down here. Probably going to add a camera looking in here so that we can make sure what's going on, because you can't see anything. But yeah, I'll bring you guys back once I get a little bit more done and fix the problem of way too many inmates. Though it says only one is not getting a room, so that's interesting. Really? That can't be right. Wait. 1 prisoners are unable to be assigned. Just 1? That can't be right. Okay, you guys are gonna stay here until we figure this one out. So yeah, let's, right there, why not? Get that in, boys. Speed it up. So, eventually I'm gonna probably get some of these, maybe, look at this, see? And this is why I've started doing nightly, shakedowns, actually. So pretty much once people go to sleep, they go to work at checking all the locations. Because the number of tunneling attempts is just ridiculous, especially out of these dorms. It's such a pain, and the number of contraband that people have is just it's too much. So let's go ahead and make that a cell. We really technically only need a toilet and the bed. It's technically all you need, but because we're setting this side up to have their own showers, we gotta make sure we put a shower in. And probably a radiator. And connect all that up. Don't forget to connect things. It's really important. The number of times that I've forgotten to connect things is saddening. So yeah, so that should fix the problem. See, now we have had 2 deaths. And again, it's the really bad prisoner. So yeah, look at this. He is just beating up that poor... Oh my gosh. So yeah, we need to start getting more guards set up everywhere. They just murdered our poor little doctor. That's terrible. So yeah, I'm gonna have to set up some new patrol systems and get the stupid inmates from killing everybody. I'm like, where are you trying to go? He's trying to go take a shower. Okay, so that's something that I would allow the guards to do that. Something else I might do is start getting armed guards to patrol this area. That should help suppress them, and if anything goes bad, they're there and ready to go. I'd rather a prisoner die than, like, say, our doctors. Would be a lot more useful. Okay, so that's a cell now, isn't it? Yeah, it counts as a cell, but we're still saying that there is one prisoner unable to be put in a room, and it's probably a family, isn't it? Yup. So yeah, this is becoming a really big pain. All of these rooms are rooms for family cells, and it's kind of becoming a little bit ridiculous. I've never had this much of a problem. So it's kind of weird, but, you know, I guess we'll just keep going. Anywho, I will bring you guys back in a little bit, show you what I've done. We are bees. Welcome back. I just noticed that my recording time has gone way over 30 minutes, and I don't like doing that. I know you guys don't want to sit here for 30 minutes watching. So yeah, at some point here, we should have just gotten prisoners, but we didn't for some reason. That's really weird. Anyway, I went ahead and I opened all of these cells up for maximum security. So now we can hold 20 max security prisoners, which is pretty cool. Oh, here they come. They're just taking their sweet time, I guess. Don't really know why they all bunch up here. They're supposed to go into the deliveries, whatever. So yeah, you can see the system's working. They get put right here into the reception right away. At least the max security version. They come right on in, things get put away, and they all get put in there. So, anywho, the only things I really got done, I got like the laundry rooms in here, everything's just kind of set up now. I now have somewhere, there should be an armed guard walking through here. He must be resting somewhere. But yeah, I've got an armed guard walking here now. There he is. There's a little armed guard up here. There should be a dog guard at some point. I think I might need a couple more of those bad guys, but, you know, I want to make it so that this place is safe, because even just them going from their cells to this shower, they riot and attack each other, and it's so dumb. And, like, right now, like, these guys, well, they just want showers and stuff, but they're a pain. I will say, max security prisons are a pain, at least so far for me. Like I said, I don't pretend to be an expert. I just, you know, enjoy playing games. At some point, what I would love to do is make it so that this entire area over here is only for minimum security. And then maybe this one over here will only be for maximum security. And maybe what we'll do is we'll buy like a portion down here, or maybe over here or something. Probably this one, really. Which is this one gonna be? Whoa! 120, but that's the whole bottom section. So at some point, what I'd like to do, like I said, minimum security, max security, maybe medium security somewhere down here or something. And again, there goes another death. This time it was up here, though. Interesting. But yeah, I want to separate it out so that this is all just minimum security. This is maximum security. But look, our money has gone down quite a bit. Those armed guards are expensive. We could probably get rid of some of these guards, I suppose. Or just beef up security in here, which might be just kind of the way to go for now. Because we're getting money, we're doing okay, and, you know, I went ahead and started these up just to get them, so now I'll get everything. I think you get an achievement for it, which is pretty neat. But we've had a lot of deaths now, and I wish I could get rid of that number right there, deaths in custody. I'd love to see that go a lot further down. But look at the number of prisoners we've released. 463. That's awesome. And down in here, I bought back some of our shares. We're up to 70% again. And if we didn't have a death, we could sell this prison for a lot of money. Our total value right now is 910 grand, which is pretty good. If we got all of our, shares back 100%, that's how much we would get. We'd be able to go ahead and, well, actually it'll be 50 grand more because of that death, which we'd have to wait 24 hours anyway. But you'd be able to start with 960 grand if we had all of our shares. But you can see, well, you can't see right now, but the shares right now are over 100 grand a piece. So it's a pain in the butt. It can be useful to sell your shares early to get stuff going. It's an easy source of money. Be prepared in the long haul to, if you want to sell your prison and make back a buttload of money, you'll have to buy back your shares, and they cost more. The more you build, the more expensive those shares are worth. Anywho, I'm going to keep playing away. It's going to be fun. And, oh snap. Laura, what's happening here, babe? Looks like the justice is catching up on you. You're below 10%. Guess what's happening in that next episode? Dum, dum, dum! Anyway, I hope you guys are having a better day than Laura here. And you continue to enjoy your day. And remember, stay in trouble. Bye-bye.